Hey guys, I'm Nick.
And I'm Asia. And here we are with our first video. So guys, today we're going to be doing like a Q&A get to know us. Just to kind of introduce ourselves. So let's get started. What are y'all ages?
I'm 29. I'll be 30 on August 24th.
And I'm 23. My birthday is May 3rd. First impression.
You want to go first on that one?
First impression, I seen him walk into church.
And I looked a lot different than I do now.
And I was just like, oh, okay.
Gosh.
I thought he was cute, but I was talking to someone else at the time, so it wasn't like that.
First impression, she had on a yellow dress and a black top, like a black blazer. I kind of didn't really want to notice her because she was talking to somebody else, and the person that she was talking to I actually knew. But you know, she was looking kind of tasteful on that Sunday. It was real nice. I'm not gonna lie. She kind of distracted me from the word, but you know, it was all good.
Oh gosh.
What's the next question?
Who was interested first / made the first move?
She was interested first, but I made the first move.
No.
What happened was she talked to her cousin about it, and we all went to the same church, and her cousin reached out to me and said that she was interested, and then I made the first move by hitting her up and was like, hey, I heard that you were interested. And we had sushi at my desk at work on that day. Or a few days later. Oh, I'm jumping ahead of the game.
Anyways, I think that he was interested first, and I made the first move because he was liking all my stuff on Facebook, and I was like, okay, he must like me. And then I made the first move because I had my cousin reach out to you. That was me making the first move.
That was not the first move.
You guys can comment.
I made the first move because I reached out to her first.
You guys can comment who made the first move.
Mm-hmm. Please comment.
Okay, first date.
First date, to me, I consider my first date, it was a Saturday. We both were at work, and she sent me an instant message through the company IM server. And she was like, hey, what are you doing for lunch? And I'm like, I think I'm going to get some sushi. She came from the second floor down to the first floor while I was still at work, and we ordered sushi. We went and picked it up. I think I drove that day. Mm-hmm. And then we came back to my desk and sat there and had sushi on our first date at work.
True story.
But
and then had sushi again for the second date.
So the second date was technically the first official date to me, because that was like the first time I actually like asked her out. We went to a sushi place here that's local in the area, and she drove separate and I drove separate, and we kind of just met there, and we had like a real first date conversation. Not like, what's your first color, and you know,
what's your first color?
What's your favorite color, and stuff like that. But like, it was like some real deep, interesting, like mind-blowing questions that I had for her.
It was.
What's the next question?
Best feature. Physical feature or like just feature? I don't know.
Physical feature.
Okay.
I think my physical feature are my dimples.
No, that's you're supposed to give me my best feature.
Oh.
Cocky.
Definitely not cocky, guys. Definitely not cocky. She pointed that out, that's my best feature, and I'm pretty sure she might say the same thing. Her best feature, I'm gonna say, is her bubbly, caring personality. I know that sounds kind of like, wow, but like, I'm at the point in my life where I'm over the looks and so much over like everything. Not saying that she doesn't look good, because she looks amazing, but if I'm not attracted to your personality, then I'm not attracted to you no matter how good you look. And I think that's one of her best features.
Thank you. So I think that's not really a physical feature, but I guess
I don't really have a physical feature though. So I would say feature, or just feature.
So like that physical, like what I asked you to begin.
Right. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes you gotta ask me questions like 2 or 3 times.
I'm gonna do a physical
ADD.
feature.
My dimples.
He has a nice smile overall. Smile, which includes the dimples.
I smile.
Okay. Our favorite thing to do.
Just kind of like lay around and watch Netflix. Like I really think that's like our bonding time and like our quality time that we spend together. Just like literally just like laying in the bed or laying on the couch, laying anywhere and just watching Netflix.
Yeah.
Like she puts me onto like so many different shows and I kind of predict what's going to happen at the beginning of the show and she gets frustrated because I already predicted it. But I think Netflix is our favorite thing to do or favorite thing to watch.
I think it's between Netflix and like our random adventures. Like there was only one time where like it was like probably like 7 o'clock at night. He's just like, so you want to drive to South Carolina? Mind you, we live in Virginia and I have to do a 5-hour drive. But I like that. I like the spark, what is it like the
spontaneous?
Yeah, I like that.
Spontaneous adventures. One other thing that's like really super weird that we both like to do, and it just happens really random. We'll stop at dealerships and just randomly look at different cars and test drive different cars, even though we're not buying anything. We're just gonna like play the role. Like,
and then he'll be like, "You gotta ask my wife."
Right? Like wow. Like I'm the one looking at the cars, and then when the salesperson comes up to me, I'm like, "It's up to the boss. You gotta ask the boss." Always put everything back in her court because she's better at saying no to people than I am.
Right. How did we meet? We kind of already said that with the first impression at church.
Kind of met at church.
I
was distracted from the word.
I'm kind of scared to ask this one.
I hope my pastor don't see this, but
I'm scared to ask this one.
What's that one?
We can't argue
Let me
after
see.
this.
Wait, let me see what the question is.
Least favorite thing about each other.
Skip.
Skip?
No, we're not gonna skip. Okay.
Crickets. Least favorite thing about Naquan. Wow. He's such a changed person. Like if it was like Naquan like 4 months ago, I'll probably have a list for you, but
I think we've both been through some changes. Just by being together and by her being pregnant and whatnot, like we've overturned a new leaf, I would say. Yeah. But like before,
it was toxic.
It wasn't good at all. But you know,
some days are better than others. But
yeah, and we worked through some things. And next question:
Who's the quiet one?
I am definitely the quiet one. I am not social at all. She is just a social butterfly. She'll talk to anybody at any time, and I'm just sitting in the corner like, I don't know you, so I'm not talking to you.
Right.
Kind of. Depends on the environment and the situation that we're in.
Right.
But most functions, I'm the quiet one and the reserved one sitting off to the side.
Yeah. Who said I love you first?
She did.
I don't think so. I don't remember.
She did.
So, do you remember the story?
She definitely did. I don't remember the story, but I know I was in the car because she was on speakerphone. And I was leaving, I think from her parents' house, going back to my house. And we were on the phone just talking, and she said it first. She said, I love you. And it was just like, you know, that awkward moment of silence where I'm like, wow, she really just said that. Not saying that I didn't say it back, because I did say it back, and when I said it back, I meant it. It's just that very first time, sometimes it takes a minute for it to settle, or to sit in, or for you to realize what was just said, and that it's not just words, it's actually emotions involved and feelings involved and all that good stuff. But she definitely said it first, though.
Don't remember.
It was on speakerphone. I should have recorded that conversation.
I trust you. Who usually starts the arguments? Me.
I'm glad she can admit that now. But like,
because you do more stuff to make me mad.
I just be sitting and chilling Like, there was one night where I was in the living room watching TV, and then she was in the room watching TV, and she's like, well, I'm about to start the show. And I'm like, well, I'm about to finish my show. And then she just like, an hour later, she came back out, and she was just like...
Yeah, I heard that an hour later.
She was like, what really goes through your mind when I... But that's for another conversation. But we can laugh about it now.
I want to elaborate just a little.
We can laugh about it now. And it's funny to us now because of our situation and the experiences that we've been through. But at that time, it could be a story time later. Yeah, definitely story time. But at that time, it wasn't a fun conversation
at all. Who's the jealous one?
She is definitely the jealous one.
I will take that, but I don't think it's anything out of the norm. I'm not saying like females are jealous, but like I don't think it's anything like that I'm doing that's like the average woman wouldn't do. Like, I'm not jealous to the point where it's like insecure, if that makes sense. It's just like the normal jealousy.
I think like now it's a little bit better, but before, when we were different people or different individuals, it was a lot of assumptions, because I'm very active in church, and what happens is I come in contact with different female individuals, and you know, I'm a friendly person once I get to know you, and because I'm that friendly person, it took a little bit of adjustment to get used to, and I think that's where the issue lied in, or where the issue was at. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Biggest pet peeve?
Mix match socks.
Yes.
It is annoying to me. Even if we're in the house, if we're outside, wherever, just have on clean underwear or undergarments rather, and matching socks.
Can you elaborate that you're not talking about me?
No, I'm not talking about her at all. That's just my pet peeve. Like, when I told her that she makes sure that if she has socks on, they match. And I'm pretty sure that her undergarments are like clean all the time.
I would
Same
hope
thing
so.
would be.
What is my biggest pet peeve? It's like when something happens, I'm like, that's my biggest pet peeve, but now I can't think of nothing. I think I just hate liars. Is that a pet
Please
peeve?
elaborate that you are not talking about me.
No. And I think it bothers me when people lie unnecessarily. Like, no lying is good, but people that just lie for no reason, that's what kills me.
But I'm not a liar.
You're not a liar.
I just tell her everything straightforward and upfront.
Scared a little bit.
Yeah, she's kind of scared of it because I'm very blunt in a lot of things and straightforward. But I won't say scared. I take that back.
I said I scared you. To be honest.
She did not. I was always this way. I'm a Virgo. We're straightforward and blunt and honest.
Very much. Who's the goofiest?
It's kind of shared.
Yeah.
It really depends on the situation once again. Yeah. And like where we're at, who we're around and whatnot. Like around my family, I would say like I'm the goofiest because like we joke around a lot and whatnot. And I'll say the same thing about her. Like when she's around her family, she jokes around. They're funny and, you know, just happy to be around each other. But when the roles are reversed, like when she's around my family, she's a little bit more reserved. Only because we're still kind of like, you know, getting in that comfortable spot. Well, we're there now in that comfortable spot. But before it was like, she was more like reserved. And I'm still kind of reserved around her family, just kind of like finding my groove. But
thank God we are comfortable around each other's families. Like,
yeah, we definitely are.
Who's the dominant one? Definitely me.
Once again, it depends on the situation. I don't think she's dominant in everything, especially when it comes down to food. Like finding a place to eat. She's not dominant. I'm the more dominant one in that situation. I'm just like, all right, well, we going to this restaurant. We're going to try this out. It's new. Yeah. But I don't pick out restaurants anymore because the last two experiences were horrible. So that's our job now. But I think we share the dominant role.
Yeah.
It really depends on what situation. Like, for example, like I just said with the car dealership, she's the dominant one. You got to check with the boss. But when it comes down to certain situations or certain certain decisions that we have to make, like as parents and as a couple. I think once again we share that dominant role, but I think there are certain situations where I take more control than she does.
I agree. Who eats more? I don't know. Ever since this pregnancy,
well, now because she's pregnant,
I'm like every 3 hours, I'm like, I need something.
Right. She's eating for 2, but like me, I am always eating, always looking for snacks. Even before we started this video, I ate an oatmeal cream pie and a Swiss roll, like the 2 little Swiss chocolate roll things. Drunk a cup of milk. I think I ate Red Lobster today. I ate from 7-Eleven today.
What? But guys, the crazy thing is, like, he does not eat sweets or drink soda, but like this last trimester, he's been like eating all these sweets, and I'm just like, this is not him.
Drinking sodas, eating sweets. Now, I know you guys are still getting to know us, but like one change that I can say since she's been pregnant is spicy foods. From the time that I can remember of starting to eat food all the way up until like a few months ago, I could not eat spicy. Even like the red hot sauce was spicy to me. Now I could eat Tabasco sauce, Texas Pete, and I put it on everything.
That is true.
I don't know what that change came from, but it's on everything. Probably because she's pregnant.
Probably so. Have we ever wanted to break up? We definitely have broken up like, what, 2 times already?
That was in the past.
Yeah.
We are different people now. We have turned over a new leaf, like I stated, and we're just moving forward from there.
Mm-hmm. Who has more patience? He does.
I have a lot more patience. Like, it takes me a lot to get to like max or 10 or 100, whatever you want to call it. I think I have a lot more patience and I'm a lot more understanding to certain situations. And a lot of it has to do not necessarily with our age difference, but more so of our backgrounds. So like, I'm from New York City, and you know, living in New York and working in Manhattan, like, you have to have patience with these people. And I think that's where it developed at. Whereas with her, she's a little bit different. She grew up here in Virginia, so like things are a lot slower. So you have a lower temperament and or less of a temperament, and I don't know. I think that's where it comes from. Just like our upbringings and our backgrounds and where we're from and whatnot. I think that's why I have a lot more patience.
Yeah, that definitely all does play a part. How would you describe each other in one word?
Probably should have read these questions before the video. One word. Do you have a word?
Not yet. Naquan in one word.
I don't think you can describe either of us in one word.
Yeah.
I would say if I had to describe myself in one word, I don't know a word. I can't think of a word right now off the top of my head for her to describe her, but I would say for myself, complex. Like, there are a lot of different aspects and things that you have to learn as far as who I am as a person. And I don't want to sound cocky or anything like that, but I don't know. It's not like your typical person or your typical man or anything like that. It's a lot more that goes into it and a lot more understanding behind the way that I am, and you know, we're on that journey to learn each other even more. Every day we learn something new.
So you're like an onion. You would be considered an onion. A lot of layers. Gotta pull back those layers.
Yeah. And then as you start cutting into that onion, you start crying because like,
what did I get myself into?
It's like, what did I get myself into? But then at the same time, it's like, I got myself into something really good. But
you associate tears with
not being cocky, but like, I mean, you know, you just cry over me.
So since he gave himself a word for me, I think I'm just caring. I don't know. It's like I'm that type of person that can put somebody before myself sometimes. I never like to see anyone go without. So it's like I'm that person, I will give you my last. Like friends, family. You know, I think I'm just caring.
That's honestly the truth. And I can say even like last night, like I had an event that I had went to and I didn't get home till like, I think like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And I haven't gone grocery shopping in like 3 weeks in my house because I've just been eating fast food and snacks and stuff like that and traveling on the road and whatnot. So I've been eating out a lot. But like last night I was literally going to go to bed with nothing to eat because I didn't have anything in my house. And she like drove like 30 minutes to my house and brought me some food.
I did.
So I would say that she is like very, very caring.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that's that one word that describes her, but that's one of the words that describes her.
Mm-hmm. What calms me down when I'm mad? So you answer for me and I answer for you.
What calms me down?
You don't really get mad. Well, you do. You don't get mad often though, so I think for him, just space. Definitely space.
Wow.
You agree?
I do agree. Like when I'm in that mode where I'm like, or that mood where I'm like upset or angry or anything like that, just leave me alone because there's some stuff I got to work out of my head. And once I get it worked out of my head, everything gonna be cool. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me if I'm okay. Don't ask me if I need anything. just be in like that blurred background. And not necessarily saying like forget about me or anything like that, but just like if I'm in that mode, just give me that space.
Yeah. Like
let me figure this out because there's something in my head that I'm figuring out, or there's something that I'm talking to myself about, and I just need that space. And by doing that space, I do activities that calms me down, like putting stuff together, working on a car, or even just going to the dealership by myself and just looking at random cars or something like that, or just getting in my car and just driving somewhere. A long distance road trip would definitely calm my nerves down, but of course I can't do that every time I get upset.
And I think this brings up another good point. I've been seeing lately where spouses are saying that it's better to have 2 rooms. So like, of course, not every night sleep separately, but like for those moments where you guys are angry, you kind of both have your corner. So like a man cave, you know? So it's like, I mean, there may be a night where we just probably shouldn't sleep together, which I don't think that would be a thing, but I don't think it's a bad thing to have 2 different rooms for us to go to when things get heated.
Something that calms you down, I guess, giving that listening ear and that understanding mindset, whereas like you can express how you feel, or she would express how she feels, and instead of like, as she calls it, a rebuttal, or coming back at her with something, you just, yeah, you know, I definitely understand that. I hear you. I think it's more along the lines of communication for her, or understanding through communication. Wow. that calms her down. That's something that I've had to learn. We've been together for like a year and some months. Yeah. Something like that, yeah. And like that's something that I had to learn myself. Like not everything needs a response, and not everything needs a Naquan response.
I'm about to cry. He's finally getting it.
Next question.
I honestly thought he was gonna be petty and say food or ice cream, cause that will calm me down. Like, we're gonna get ice cream, yeah. We can go get ice cream.
She loves a particular ice cream spot here in Virginia Beach that we have here. She just goes crazy over that. But I mean, that's like after the conversation happens.
Yeah. Not like, right away. Like we arguing. Let's go get ice cream. I think that'd be a little crazy.
Right. But like after the communication part, it's like, all right, I'm done with this. Let's go get some ice cream. Because I'm done talking about this. Yeah. And then we kind of just like go forward from there. But like I said before, but now.
Next question. Plans for the future.
Well, Kensley will be here hopefully August 25th, which is the day after my birthday, August 24th. That'd be really, really dope. Like the best birthday gift ever to have my daughter on my birthday. After Kinsley?
After Kinsley, raising Kinsley, getting adjusted, maternity leave. Looking forward to that.
10 weeks. 10 weeks for me. Normal 9 weeks for her, or
10
7
to 12.
something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know.
I mean, what, like, I guess like 5 years from now, where do you want to be?
Where do I want to be? I want to be in my own house. I want to go to my house. My house. No, definitely at least another kid. Maybe two more. So 3 in total. That's my max. 3 kids is my max.
Yeah.
Being financially stable, being mentally stable, being emotionally stable, being spiritually stable. A lot of people want to be financially stable and mentally stable, but I think we need to get to a point where we're spiritually stable as well.
Right.
We both attend the same church, but finding that spot where we're just like stability is what I really want.
Yeah. And he knows before we have any more kids, we need to be married.
Oh wait, that's right. This finger.
So yeah, that's in the works too. So if you want any more kids,
yeah, but everything is just a work in progress at this point.
Right.
Like I said, we've come a long way in a short period of time. Both of us have matured a lot more, and are a lot more understanding of each other.
Mm-hmm.
But everything is just, a work in progress. There's no rush on anything, no time frame, no nothing, except for Kinsley coming, which I'm like super, super excited about.
And the rest we're just
you'll see some more stuff about her in the next video.
Yes.
But yeah, we're just kind of going with the flow right now, learning each other and taking it day by day.
Yep. And last question to end this off right.
The last question.
3 things you love about me.
What are 3 things you love about me?
Oh, I go first? Like I already said, I love your adventurousness. That's a word?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I love the adventureness.
We do that a lot, where we just like make up words, but they're actually words. But yeah.
Because I love the fact that we can just like go anywhere at the drop of a dime. Like I've never been with anyone like that before. And thank God we have the funds to do that sometimes, because it's nice.
That is true. Like just randomly pop up in a hotel in another city.
Right.
It's just, I thank God for allowing us to be able to do that,
mm-hmm.
and even having the mindset to do that.
Right.
And you guys will see a lot more of that on this channel, where we're just like randomly pop up in a city.
Yeah.
But if we're ever in your city, definitely shout us out.
Coming to a city near you.
Right. If you see us pop up, just let us know. Like, be a tour guide for us, something like that. Like, we're always popping up in different cities.
Yes.
We haven't done it in a while because of Corona, but
right.
Once it's over, right back on that road.
Yeah. I love your willingness to learn and grow, because I think like some people get in that mindset of they know everything, but I like a person that always wants to learn. Like you will never know everything. So the fact that he's learning and growing is very attractive. I'm trying to stay away from the physicalness with this question. One more thing I love about you. I love the way you love. Like, you love your family, your friends. You already love Kinsley and she's not even here. So yeah.
I got to. So 3 things. First thing is definitely your caring spirit. Like, there are people that, of course, we all have a past, and we don't revisit our past at all. We've made that agreement with each other. But to be with someone that actually, like, cares about you and not cares about what you can give them, just, that's one of the things. The nurturing spirit. Like, I had the flu a few months ago, and not only did she still go to work, but like she literally brought me medicine, brought me soup, made the soup, brought me food, made sure I went to the doctor even when I didn't want to go. Like, she literally fussed me out until I went to the doctor. So that, just that nurturing spirit. The third thing, I love the fact that she is just down to do it. Like, literally do anything. Like, there was one day, I was at work and I was having a stressful day, and all I said was beach, question mark, question mark, question mark. And she was like, yeah, sure, no problem. But mind you, she just went to the beach like 2 days before or 3 days before, something like that, and got swallowed up by a wave while she's pregnant. And I'm like, let's go back to the beach. And she's like, yeah, cool, I'm down. The fact that, like she said, at 7 o'clock, we're walking through Walmart in Virginia, and like a few hours later, we pop up in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, in a hotel. And like, just the fact that she's willing to like just follow, or not necessarily follow, but willing to just be down. Well, there are some times where I'm like, hey, let's go X, Y, and Z, and she's like, no, we can't do that right now.
Like the gym. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was thinking more of like another state. But yeah, just like the fact that she's like down to do everything. And even though like sometimes she's kind of like standoffish about certain things, but like she's still willing to do it because it's what I want to do.
Right. Compromise.
More like sacrifice.
Okay.
Like she sacrifices her comfortability or her stability just for that moment of satisfaction for me.
That's good. I like that.
Like, to get in the car when we have like barely enough and just drive somewhere, she's like down for it. Like, we'll just figure it out when we get there. And that's pretty cool. Like, you don't find too many people like that. You find people, and even myself, like I had to break out of that where I wanted everything planned ahead of time. Like, I need to know the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why, and how we gonna do all of this. But now it's just kind of like, we're going here. Okay, cool, let's go. And we literally get in one of our cars and just go.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the three things that...
Oh, I like that.
I'm glad. I won't get in trouble tonight.
Yeah, you're safe. Video. You're safe. Well, guys, that was all of the questions. I hope you guys were able to stay with us for this long. It's probably been like well over 20 minutes.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yes.
Learning about us. I think some of the answers to the questions, I don't think that I knew the answers that she was going to say, and I don't think she knew the answers that I was going to say. So we kind of like surprised each other.
I think we learned stuff.
Yeah, and you know, it's a good thing. But like I said, it's all a work in progress. There's no walk in the park or walk on the beach or anything like that. Like, we've been through our stuff just as anybody else has been through their stuff, and you just got to vow to make it work.
Yep.
And when you both have that understanding that it has to work, things will just work out. You want to close this out?
I was closing us out, and then you went back in.
I'm sorry.
So now you got to close us out.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to our first video ever. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, everything. If you have any questions that you want us to do on the next Q&A, definitely drop them in the comments. Yeah, we'll see you on the next video. The next video, I believe, should be us doing something as far as packing Kinsley's bag for the hospital, or traveling, or a Target run, something. But just stay tuned for the next video.
Until next time.
Peace, guys.